Want to boost your chances of booking more meetings with your prospects so you can get more clients and grow your business? Well then, you're in the right place, because in this video you'll get how to create a multi-channel campaign that can boost your chances of getting more replies. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create successful campaigns that get 91% open rate, 71% click rate, and 40% reply rate, like this campaign that we're going to analyze. First, what is multi-channel prospecting? To make it short, it's a sales tactic that involves using multiple channels at the same time to get in touch with your prospects. This includes emailing, cold calling, LinkedIn, or other social selling options. The good thing about going multi-channel is that it allows you to reach your lead on the platform that works best for them, which helps increase your reply and booking rates. How? We'll see in a minute. So why you should use multi-channel outreach? Well, going multi-channel allows you to get maximum exposure and therefore higher chances to get more replies from your prospects. It also proves your determination to get in touch with them and shows that you've done your research on where to find them. That's why before planning your multi-channel strategy, you should already know your target audience. Let's see how using a multi-channel outreach strategy makes you stand out from the crowd. So, planning to reach out to your prospects on different platforms, but don't know what channels you should use? You can start with emails. But since emails are the most used channel, you might want to differentiate your approach. For that, you can personalize your emails. You can do that by adding an icebreaker, which is a personalized intro line for every prospect at the beginning of your email, like this one, for example. Hey, first name, I have seen all the posts of your team about reaching a month ARR, and just want to say congratulations! If your first step of your campaign was getting in touch with your prospect by email, the next step would be to contact them on social media. This is the less formal approach to reaching out to them, so your chances of getting a reply are high, as most people are most of the time connected to social media. The most common channel where you can connect with your prospects is LinkedIn. But of course, you can use other options like Twitter, Instagram, communities, etc. For instance, you can reach out to the person saying you've been following their work. Hey, first name, I just listened to you speak on podcast name about content personalization. Great stuff! I love seeing your point on talking to real clients and also using data. Would love to connect and follow your work. So why this message works? You're breaking the ice by mentioning what they've done recently. It shows you're following their work and care. And at the same time, you make a genuine compliment, and who doesn't love flattery? Next option, cold calling. Cold calling is an extremely valuable tool to get in touch with people as fast as possible, create a personal connection, and boost your chances of getting some meetings booked. But keep in mind that cold calls don't work for everyone. Cold calls can be the perfect addition to your multi-channel outreach, but only if you understand how to use them and work to improve your game. Lots of sales reps out there are way too salesy when doing cold calls, or even worse, or spamming their prospects, losing any chance of booking a meeting. You don't want to do that, right? So let's see how to create a multi-channel sequence. Now that you have an idea of the main channels on which you can reach out to your prospects, the question is how to combine all of these to create a successful campaign that will get you lots of replies and meetings booked. Let's analyze Simon's campaign that got a 91% open rate, 71% click rate, and 40% reply rate. Before even starting a sequence, Simon's strategy was to create valuable content for this audience. Since his target audience on LinkedIn are people working mainly in sales, he created a post about a valuable resource for them. The post got viral and more than 2,000 people requested access to the cold email hub that Simon was sharing. Why did it work? Simon knew their pain points and came up with a solution. He's providing 100% value backed up with solid social proof. He positioned himself as an expert, which builds trust. And this will lead to some good conversations and end up getting you some meetings booked in a process. Step 1. Email following the LinkedIn comments. After people express interest in the hub by commenting on Simon's post, scrape these profiles using Phantom Buster. This way, you could automatically download a CSV file with the people that commented and add them right into this campaign. Another way to do it, if it doesn't concern a long list of profiles, is using the lemlist Chrome extension. For that, click on the profile you want to scrap, click on the extension. You can see it's automatically filled with all the information found from the LinkedIn page. Then you just need to add the contact to your campaign. But before doing that, make sure your LinkedIn and drop contact if you have an account scans are activated in your campaign on lemlist so your leads can be automatically enriched. So let's get back to the email. Why it works. First, the subject line. It adds context, following your LinkedIn comment, and it's personalized. your comment, comma, first name. Now the intro. Here's the link to the lemlist hub where you'll find a section of 50 plus sequences with amazing results that have been sent by your clients over the past year. Simon cuts to the chase and delivers the value he promised. He reminds what the person will find in the link. Then he adds a personalized image that grabs the eye. Prospect name plus their logo. The fact that Simon is on the picture adds authenticity. The CTA is very straightforward. It says in the image to click here to go on the lemlist hub. And if you didn't click, it has a short sentence to say you can also click here. To finish, it says, I'm convinced it will help company name boost its outbound results. So he reminds the prospect of the value of his email, but also their goal, which is boosting their outbound results. Steps 2 to 4. Visit LinkedIn profile. After this, Simon went in with several LinkedIn profile visits back-to-back to spark interest and show his leads that he wants to get to know more about them. Let's say you decide to start your campaign directly with a LinkedIn visit and invite request. It's a good way to add some context to your future messages, get people interested in your profile if you haven't exchanged it yet, and it is a way to show you did some research. For example, you can start your email with something like that. Hey, first name, I've been following your work on LinkedIn. Love the post you wrote regarding building an efficient sales process. Step 5, follow-up email. Then it follows up with this email. First name, I'm taking the liberty of sending you another link. It's a case study about a notary sequence that I sent and I thought would be interesting to you. It is a bit different because it's entirely automated through different channels, email, LinkedIn, call, with the latest version of lemlist. The link, I look forward to hearing from you. Why it works? It's a subtle reminder you already sent an email with a link. First name, I'm taking the liberty of sending you another link. It adds more value. It provides another valuable resource. It's a case study about a notary sequence that I sent and I thought would be interesting to you. It works because it knows for a fact they're interested about cold email templates. And this new sequence adds more value because it's different from what he already sent. It is a bit different because it's entirely automated for different channels, email, LinkedIn, call, with the latest version of lemlist. For the call to action, it posts directly the link to the blog article. It's very clear. You can see Simon only focuses on providing value for his prospect and never tries to sell his product. Steps 6 and 7. Visit LinkedIn profile. Then he added more LinkedIn profile visits again, just to emphasize the interest and grab their attention. Step 8. LinkedIn message. Simon finished the sequence off with a LinkedIn message to ensure it covered all his bases, especially since the original communication was via LinkedIn. He reminds quickly the prospect he sent them 2 links via email. And he ended with a question. Hey, first name, did you have the chance to take a look at the 2 links I sent you via email? I'm curious to know what you thought. It's a good way to reopen the conversation and keep it going. Again, it shows interest in them. He really cares if what he sent brought them value. Keep in mind that if you want to connect with people on a networking site, you can start your communication with a LinkedIn message since you don't really need to add much context. So if Simon had only sent the emails, he would only get a 9% reply rate, which still isn't bad considering he was sending resources in hopes that leads would use them, aka click. But by adding that LinkedIn message and starting a conversation, he was able to get a 40% response rate in total and get to know his leads better. See, a well-planned multi-channel outreach campaign will get you more replies, more meetings booked, and in the end, more deals signed. Plus, you'll get to boost your visibility out there so you become a lead gen source. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye!